welcome to another episode of The Melancholy Guy. Um, Welcome to The Melancholy Guy, a companion podcast to my Tumblr blog, The Melancholy Guy, daring to be black, open, and free. The adventures of a divorced, open, polyamorous African American male. I am The Melancholy Guy, Calvin, or CPJR if you really know me. And definitely today, I believe that change I must or die I will. Um, Welcome to episode 7. And I want to keep doing that intro without any breaks until I get it right. I know I mess up quite often, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep plugging away and keep tweaking it until I get it to where it works perfectly for me. So anyway, we're gonna get right to it. We already know that we only have about 15 minutes to get everything in, and I want to jump right into the blog today. So bring everyone up to um, where I left off last time. I think I left off that I was right into going into opening up the marriage. I was going right into um, coming up with my purpose and moving into my plan on how this was going to happen. And right there, I went into the blog and wrote an entry that's posted 6 years ago. So it's about 2011 when I first started doing research and trying to figure out exactly what was going on with me at the present time and the past, and how I, was got to the point where I was again monogamously married and unhappy and making someone else unhappy too. So let me go ahead and read that entry. It's titled in the blog. The blog is melancholyguy.tumblr.com, and the entry is titled this time serial-monogamy. Um, so here's the actual Wikipedia definition of monogamy. Monogamy refers to a form of marriage in which an individual has only one spouse at any one time. However, monogamy may also refer to the more general state of having only one mate at any one time, and as such may be applied to the social behavior of some animals. In current usage, monogamy often refers to having one sexual partner irrespective of marriage or reproduction. And then I wrote, I like the way it states a form of marriage, as if the reader should know that there are many different forms. But do we really? I ask questions when I write. I think are brought up to just assume that everything we are taught is correct, but for some strange reason, my brain no longer works in that way. I have to question everything. Don't get me wrong, I love my wife, and we have the conversations all the time. But monogamy does not feel natural for me. But I like the feeling and closeness of marriage. Um, but couldn't this form of marriage we practice now be incorrect? Look at the divorce rate. Look at Hollywood. If you had sex with your first partner, promised monogamy, and then left that person, how can you still be monogamous? Let that question sink in. Um, you can only claim serial monogamy. I know for a fact that I am a serial monogamous, but at this point, I want to remain married, but I also want to keep experiencing life the way I have always enjoyed living, and that has been sharing my life honestly with different women. So this is me grappling with the current state of me and the current state of my marriage. Basically, realizing that, yo, dude, um, you have never been monogamous. And I think for me, I was really tired of being dishonest at that point of saying that this is who I am and what I want to do. And not only being dishonest with other people, other women, but with myself. You know what I mean? It comes to a point, I think that, and I don't think many people actually do this, actually sit down and say, this is who I am, this is who I want to be, this is how I want to live. Because once you do that, it changes your perspective and you're going to have to own it. And I don't think many people really want to own what's on the inside of them. Um, but once you do, you'll be free actually to live the type of life that you want to live. And this conversation, and I think interesting enough that I was with a friend last night who actually met back when when I was married, when opening up, and I was talking to her um, about she knew both of us, myself and my ex-wife. She knew that we were going through a struggle, and I was basically saying that I had presented to her, this is who I am. This is what we can do to stay married. Um, what do you want to do? Right? At that point, she had the option to say, I don't want to do that. We can get divorced, and probably would have been okay. But I think that she decided that, well, let's see where this goes. And we went kind of, but I'm going to talk about this later, but I also think I also gave into some things that um, she wanted to try. And that led to the whole thing with the swinging and all that. But I'm not sure if I was wholeheartedly wanting to go on that path because that was a different type of thing that I was looking at. I was looking at more relational type of relating to other people, and that is a more, I don't know. There's a debate. Sexual way of relating to different people, but both are valid forms of non-monogamy. Believe me. Um, but I think that I was doing the work for myself, and it's interesting that even though I did present it to her, she did say or express how she wanted to live, and we still ended up in the same place of being divorced. Um, were the extra years of being together worth it? And I don't. Definitely, it was supposed to everything's supposed to happen as it did. I accept that. Um, but was that time worth it? I used to think that it was because I really did love us. I loved our relationship. I loved our marriage. But then now I'm actually thinking about the person who I now know without the lens of having that love type thing um, cloud or filter my vision. I'm not so sure if it was worth it because I don't like her as a human being anymore, and I'm objectively saying that. I'm objectively looking back and saying that I remember some specific reasons. And she can say the same about me, probably. That I don't, and it's not even. I, this is clouded by a recent incident where I got a text from her, and then there were some words said, but the way it was phrased and the way she said, I'm like, that was petty and uncalled for, and why? And I'm like, oh shit, this is who you are. I remember. Okay, so anyway, that's basically the blog. Serial monogamy. I think I'll have to hash on that tomorrow or the next time I broadcast, but I'll down to 5 minutes, of course. And just want to talk about my goal, the 30-day challenge. I made it 2 days, 10,000 steps both days. It was difficult. This is going to be hard because I haven't been really making my steps when I was at 9,000 steps when I went to 10 now. And here, since I'm not working around the house, there's a lot of hills. So if I walk, it's gonna be including involving hills, and it's gonna be difficult. But I'm determined to make it. Also on the flip, I'm also still not doing what I said I was not going to do. So I'm on track with that. Day three, at what, 7,000 steps in. I got about 3,000, 2,000 some odd steps to go. No issue. I know I'm gonna make it. And I want to also touch on. I don't know if you watched the Jay-Z Time interview. He said something in that interview I want to just bring out right quick. He said in that interview, which I think maybe must have been a rap song. I need to go find. You can't heal what you don't reveal, and that just struck me. I love this dude. His rhymes and his songs have been touching me for years. Um, on the party side, and then on the just the philosophy side. He has some dope words, especially when he just dropped 444. But that hit me as a dude that really thinks. And that's basically my life in a nutshell. I've hit a lot, and a lot was, and a lot of things were are not allowed to heal within me, and I've been paying the price for that for a long, long time, and I'm tired. So basically, I guess this my blog now and this little podcast I do. Although no one listens to it, but for me, it's out there. So it's just about me revealing who I am at any given point and where I'm going through, and just allowing healing to start taking place. Because for me, that's going to be important. I basically want to heal because I have a purpose. I have a mission. I have a drive. I have goals, things I want to accomplish. And it's not just for me, it's for the world, it's for my family, it's for my kids. And I believe that, and it will happen. Down to 2 minutes. I think I also want to talk about, um, oh, podcasting. I don't know if anyone's looking at this. You see, I'm working on the video editing and clipping. That's a lot of work. Um, Podcasting, producing, and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of back end stuff I'm learning about. I'm doing my audio pretty raw. Like I said, I'm using this Breaker Studio to do the audio. I'm running it through an Alexis Multimix 8, running through a USB to my computer. That's also the video for the, I'm sorry, the audio for the video feed. So that's all uniform and together. The reason I wear the headphones is for the the music. I can't hear it. It's playing through the computer and not the mixer. So if I didn't have the headphones, I wouldn't hear the cue points or when to turn the music on. So that's pretty much it. It's kind of a delay. It's kind of irritating. I think I'm gonna incorporate taking that off because it sounds unnatural when I'm doing it, and I think it looks stupid. So for my video editing, because someone asked me, I think on Instagram about it, I'm using a program called Video Pad, and it's a free version, it's a paid version. I'm using the free version, but there's you could pay and use professional. You can get professional tools. It's pretty good. I'm learning how to do video editing and chop. So I hope to like I said, be employed soon and be able to upgrade some equipment and bring about some, more quality video. So I'm having a good time doing this. I hope someone's enjoying it. Out of time. I'll see you next time for episode 8. I'll talk about the consistency because Monday, Wednesday, Friday is not working. But I definitely am committed to doing this 3 times a week because I have to edit, promote, and peace. I'm out. Always remember to love and respect yourself, and everything else will take care of itself. Peace. Namaste.